Popular UWAZURIKE of Nigeria blows hot on Biafra agitation, says it should go to hell if it won't meet some certain demands he listed. One of the strong hands upholding the Biafra independence movement, BIM, Chief Ralph UWAZURIKE, said Biafra shouldn't be a reality if it would be a place where elder statesmen and religious leaders would be insulted and dehumanized. He lambasted the leader of the indigenous people of Biafra, NNAMDI, KANU, for using the London-based radio Biafra to all insults and abuses on Igbo leaders and elders. He apologized to people who NNAMDI KANU, the leader of the alleged indigenous people of Biafra, IPOB, has insulted and blackmailed in one way or another. He said, if the new Biafra will be a country where the freedom of religious worship will not be guaranteed, to hell with it. If the new Biafra as a country will not be better than Nigeria, to hell with it. If the new Biafra will be a nation where someone like Chief Pete Edochie, Senator Ike Ekweremadu, Chief Nnayawodu, Alhaji Asari Dokubo, and every other elders of the church in the land will be insulted and abused with all cheerful boldness, to hell with it. Ndị Igbo should forgive the uncouth and irresponsible character of Nnamdi Kanu. So that is what UWAZURIKE is trying to say, that if it is going to be a nation where insult and all of that will be meted on the leaders or religious leaders that it doesn't worth having, then that is what he's saying. So let's hear what people are talking about with this UWAZURIKE response. Okay, and someone say, what do you want to hear from UWAZURIKE, a man that deceived Biafrans, and when he noticed that his rival is uncorruptible, is now making noise? That's what someone is saying here. Someone say, I think it's right too. Right for your own house, not in Biafra. It's not right. We don't lack respect in Biafra, but when the elders choose to say nothing and allow killings, then what do you expect the young ones to do? If my dad say anything against Biafra, I would tell him he's a coward and a Fulani slave who choose to remain in slavery. Someone says here that I accept being a fool for fighting for my inheritance, lands and people. What are you that choose to be slaves to Fulanis? Okay, some people are making excuses here that because people who are supposed to be the elders, that are supposed to speak for the younger ones, they are not speaking, and the younger ones are taking the responsibility to say, oh, what you are doing is right, what you are doing is wrong. So why would you expect us to continue to respect you? But so guys, I don't know what you think about that. Let us hear your opinion from the comment section. But let's see here what people are saying concerning UWAZURIKE's submission. Someone says, UWAZURIKE, you are already in hell. Okay. Uwa, you can't compete with Nnamdi Kanu. Call for votes. You can't get 500 votes, but Kanu can command 95% of Ndi Igbo without giving kobo. Another says here that now I know that this man UWAZURIKE of a person is a scam. Look at corrupt people he's calling. Please leave Nnamdi Kanu alone. Allow him to focus. Uwa biko Zurike ogegi agugo. Okay. Saying that his time has finished. If I'm right, correct me. Okay, that means if you realize that his own time has passed or his own time has finished, that means you should allow Nnamdi Kanu to be. Nnamdi Kanu is not cultured. That's what someone is saying. Somebody should tell UWAZURIKE that no room for corruption in Biafra land. Saboteurs, Ralph UWAZURIKE, sleep. You have failed. Sleep, man. Comment from this said group is telling already. What a shame. What good result comes from people that don't respect elders. Some much arrogance anyway when the head is faulty. What more do you want? Nnamdi Kanu is a wise man. Let God be with him. Nothing good has ever come from UWAZURIKE. It's very, very obvious, according to another person commenting here. The agitation for Biafra is not and will never be one-man agitation. Therefore, no one person, including UWAZURIKE, should dictate to Igbos. No sane person will deliberately insult his or her elders. That brings to the fore the question, what type of elders will keep mute when his children are being massacred, even when they are unarmed? What type of elders are are you when your backyard is taken over by Fulani herdsmen and you keep mute? What type of elders look on when their wives and maidens are being raped by Fulani herdsmen? What type of elders look on while their farm products are turned to food for cows by Fulani herdsmen? What type of elders look as their citizens are daily harassed and killed by security officers? What type of elder look on while their citizens are daily being extorted openly on the roads and highways? What type of leaders take part in the proscribing of an organization that is harmless without arms because they ask to be allowed to exit from Nigeria since Nigeria does not want them? What type of leaders surrender their land and forest of their ancestors bequeathed to them to kidnappers and bandits? Sincerely speaking, are these elders? Somebody is asking very pertinent questions here. Please, you people should stop posting this man, this imposters for us is not a Biafra. But that is what he's talking about. Some people will say, oh, don't talk about it. If you don't talk about it, some other people will talk about it. And if you don't say it, what is happening, so that you'll be able to contribute your quota. You can imagine, we see things from a different perspective. And those are the things that we are facing with, even in this Nigeria. They will say, oh, this thing does not matter, but leave it. Don't talk about it. Don't talk about it. Somebody says, it's not important. But I like this other person that was asking question that what kind of elder that will look the other way when his people are suffering, when a lot of atrocities are being committed on their people? What type of elder? Somebody is making sense. He did not even insult people. It's now for a well-meaning people to be able to answer those questions. Everybody sees things differently. If we don't talk about most of these things, how do we now come together to see other people's points of view? Now, UWAZURIKE is saying his own, it's not supposed to be like this. NNAMDI KANU is doing what he's doing, and UWAZURIKE is condemning it. Then, if you ask NNAMDI KANU, it will tell you reasons why some things are like this, some things are like that. If you say, this one says this one, and you are not trying to tackle those questions or tackle that problem, everybody will be running with that. But by the time you come together, you are not saying, what you are raising is not that is not the way you are seeing the objection or whatever the point you are raising. That is not the way it is. The person who is doing that you are accusing him of doing what you think is not right, will be able to explain. And who knows, you might see reason from that person, and you now say, okay, let us do it this way, let us do it this way, this is how it ought to be, so that we'll get our desired result. But if somebody says something, say, they should stop talking about this person, don't mind the person. Some people will believe the person, and that is it. This idea of not talking, let's leave it. It is what has brought us to our knees. Leave this one. I beg, it doesn't matter. Forget this person. If you don't say it, other people will say it. If you don't believe it, other people will believe it. But once you know the right thing, you will come to this kind of, when we bring this kind of a thing to this platform, you will be able to say, yes, this is the way it is. You'll be able to enlighten people, because you might be seeing something from a different perspective, which you think might be right. But when somebody brings his own perspective, you not like, I never thought it that way. And that is why it's going to make us a better people. But if any little thing, your head is like this, your hand is like this, you're this like this, you are not passing any message. I know that with this one, some people still come and leave some kind of comments here. If you know that you know what you are talking about, you know that you have a good point, let us know. Instead of abusing people, say, don't mind this one, don't mind this one. Somebody ask questions, pertinent questions. That a place where, a situation whereby you have elders that are not living up to their responsibilities, what do you have to do? The children or the younger ones, they will take over the mantle. So that is just the way I see it. If you say, leave UWAZURIKE, you should not talk about him, you should not talk about this, but things will continue to get deteriorated, and people will still believe him. That is just the way it is. Okay, thank God you can now see what we have seen long ago. If that is true, then NNAMDI KANU is wrong. There is no right way to do a wrong thing. Now, no one knows the type of leader NNAMDI KANU is until he is tested with power and authority. Okay, Uwa, you are nothing but Sabo. Biafrans will review your cause when the time comes. Your agitation was barely selfish agitation and risk Biafrans with your dishonesty. Okay, nobody asked you to apologize on his behalf. KANU gave reasons for the insult. If you fall in then, you deserve it, not go with your business. Can't you see some of us, I don't know, I don't want to use the word this person is using here. Ogaraf, those you called leaders are elders are the thieves in Biafra land. Biafra land is no respecter of thieves and backstabbers. Bow down before them if that is your own style. So guys, let us hear your opinion. Leave your comment below respectfully and let's have your take. Thank you very much for always being there. Bye.